Well, as a coin dealer, am I ripping people off with my prices on silver rounds and silver eagles? I'm going to address that issue, and not because I'm trying to justify pricing. My thing is values of things is relative, and we put the value on things. It's no different in baseball cards, stamps, comic books. Whatever it's worth is what people have paid for it, and I'm not going to be a hypocrite about that. I've always told everyone on my channel, everybody that watches my channel, if you want to know the value of something, then you need to go to sold auctions and find out what several people have paid for it in the most recent history. That's the true value of a coin. That's the true value of something. It doesn't make any difference what anybody else says. It doesn't matter. This silver spot issue, I addressed it a little bit in a video I released last night. Silver spot is based off of what? It's based off of the rich. People who are buying thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of ounces. And they're able to move that around by paper, computers, and they can influence spot up and down. I mean, I was looking this morning and it's down. It was down below 14. I don't know if it'll go back up or what, but it's the constant manipulation. And you go on Kitco, and this is really not about gold, but I mean, gold has spot as well. People are selling off their gold to get the cash. I mean, you see it every time, okay? People are talking about gold being money and silver being, it doesn't make any difference, okay? Once it's put into a design, in a coin form or a metal or a round or whatever, it gains a numismatic value. It doesn't make any difference what spot is. Okay. I know spot has always been one of those things where people can't seem to get off of it. They're so hung up on it. And honestly, I do believe that it has hurt this hobby. And I never really thought of it that way. I mean, you always, okay, well, that's what spot is, man. I mean, that's how you got to go by it, right? That's no. Okay. Silver rounds and things like that have never sold at spot, very rarely. Now, I know that there were some times, and I did some videos that gold and silver and some of that sold at spot or below spot, they were being melted. And that's true. It was going on for a while, okay? Because everybody's stuck on that spot. Everybody's stuck on it. I mean, that's what causes a lot of things to go to the refinery because people are like, well, I ain't paying spot for that. That's common. Nobody wants that. Or I want to pay spot for it, and everybody gets stuck up on that. In reality, some of these coins that have been melted for years are more rare. So I guess my question is this. I've got this Indian cent here. Now, typically, we're paying for a coin like this probably 50 cents and up. It just depends on what condition. This is fairly average circulated for a 1902, and there were a few million made, um, a few million minted by the U.S. Mint. Now, this has a copper value, a melt value, and no, it's not a precious metal, but the point of it is all metals have a melt value. If you walked into my shop and I only offered you 2 cents or 3 cents for that, you would laugh in my face. It doesn't matter what spot is on this. It doesn't matter what spot is on large cents. I just sold several coins, graded coins. Everybody makes fun of people buying graded coins and paying crazy prices. You're always going to have that. That's a part of this business. Right now, silver is selling for way more than what the melt is. Melt is just a guide to say, hey, this is just the metal value. That is not the actual value. We don't even need to get into the paper, okay? Melt value on this cent is 2 or 3 cents, whatever it is right now. I haven't even figured it up. It doesn't really make a difference, but it's a lot less than what it's actually worth. So melt value tells you the least something's worth. So let's take a silver eagle, for instance. It has a dollar denomination. It's at least worth a dollar. If the silver value goes to nothing, it's at least worth a dollar. That's all that's saying. It doesn't mean it's worth a dollar because it has a dollar on it. And same with spot. Spot does not mean if something's worth spot. It doesn't matter. Okay. So I know that there are some dealers that have jacked up their prices. There's some dealers that are basing their buy off of spots. And, I get that. Okay. I base what I buy. My price is based off of what people have been paying on it. If someone's paying $25 for silver eagles, then I'm paying more than over spot. I'm not paying it based on spot. And I think we need to get away from paying based on spot. My case in point here is this, I'm looking at this. This is a perception video, okay? This is not a video where I'm telling everybody how to do things, but honestly, there's a paradigm shift right now going on. I firmly believe people are starting to realize things. You pay what you want for something, okay? And I'll give you an example here. Over on my website, I have these rounds, and I have them at 22, 22, 23, 23, and 22. The reason I did that is, first off, I paid 18 to 19 a piece for these. I actually tried to hedge a little bit against them. I bought some Silver Eagles as well. And I didn't base it off of silver spot, obviously. I have to sell them for less than what I have in them. Best thing, I mean, I might as well just get out of the bullion. Might as well quit selling if I got to go along with that spot. So I thought, let's take a look. We'll come over here to USA Coin Book, where typically smaller dealers sell. We've got one dealer who is selling at $24.99 or best offer. I'm very hard pressed to think this person's going to take more than $1 or so off on these. I don't see any sold. I'm looking over at the sold. I don't see. There probably is a way to do it over on USA Coin Book, but let's keep going here. So we go over here to eBay and look at silver rounds, $21.50. Scroll down, look, Sunshine, $4.29. So you're still talking a little over $21, $22. This one here sold for $45. Buy it now. It's the original Death, and people have not been paying. Let me look at this one. People are not paying. That's got a little bit of the nuggets in 1 pound. But people have not been paying spot. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. You can go all the way back 90 days before, and it very rarely were people paying spot for some of these rounds in the first place. Yeah, I know it's dropped, okay, but that's the problem with spot. The value's not changed on these, though. Spot went down. What their actual metal value is worth went down, but what they're actually worth to collectors has not went down. That's what people are having trouble grasping. Some people get on here and say, man, I'm finding them for 17 and 18 for an ounce. I've got a special deal going. I got this and that. You know what? Just because you found an exception to the rule, that doesn't mean you define it for everybody else. Okay, I'm happy for you. I'm glad you got that. And here's the Sunshine rounds for 23.56. 1 ounce silver bar, you get 10 bar lot. You get 10 ounces total. $14.95. Well, that's a 1/4 ounce. That is way above. Fractionals always went for a premium above. And you just keep going, and you make sure you're looking at an ounce when you're looking. It's 23.50. So then I type in Pegasus and see what they're selling for that I have on there. And keep looking. 23.49 for one of them. 29.95, 33.95, 27, 23, 28.50. So I look through all of this, and I'm like, that's even with spot was up at $20 an ounce, it'd almost be hard to think that someone would pay that much for them. Here's one for 22.01, but it's the bids. Like I said, bids, and that doesn't look like the proof. I'm not really sure there. It looks a little different. But the point of it is that I've got $22 on mine. So basically, I just put a generic number across the board, 22, 23 bucks for mine, and that's kind of what I stuck at. I come over here to JM Bullion, and we're looking at all these rounds. And they don't have some of the rounds that I have that they're sold out of, the generics. People have bought them up. And so if you got it at 18, what if you got it at 17 back before this all started? Great. That's wonderful. Okay. If you can go to a pawn shop or a refinery and get some close to melt or a little above melt, that's great. I'm happy for you. But you're not defining this whole business based off of what you have been able to do. It don't work like that. And here's another thing, 1 ounce Bigfoot rounds, 21.30, 17.30 for generics. Now this is the deal. Notify me, sold out. So they were selling them for 17.30 if you bought 1,500 plus, but you're paying 19.30 if it was 0 to 19. That's another thing people don't realize. You've got to look at how much they're actually selling them for. They're just sold out. So if they want to acquire these and everybody knows what they're selling for, they're going to have to pay up for it to get these back in stock. It's just the way it is. Yes, they may have a buy price listed on here, but if you come at them with 1,000, they'll make you an offer. I'll guarantee it. Call them up. Call them on the phone. So here we got Money Metals, and I was looking on here, and they actually have 1 ounce Buffalo rounds for $18.78. And if you buy 500 to 1,500, you get them for $18.81. I don't know what shipping is, whatever. If you buy 1 to 39, you get them for $19.11. So they beat my prices. I mean, they're beating them pretty good. I mean, that's actually a really good deal over here. I don't know how long that'll last. Maybe you try it. I don't know if there's a limit to the amount you can order. I don't see on here, but I'm sure there probably is. I don't know. And you'll probably get on they'll probably hound dog you with phone calls and get your credit card on. I don't know. I don't know what the shipping is. how long it's going to take. But I mean, there's all these other things you do have to consider as well. Also, their Silver Eagles, I found they have $21.95. That's great. They've got 20,648 available. So is Money Metals the place to go right now? I mean, seriously, I mean, they're paying 15, 18 each, which I'm paying more than that. But I mean, if they're selling this cheap and you can get them, I would go buy them. I mean, you don't have to buy for me. But like I said, I wanted to show everybody because we're looking at all of these, the prices from different places. And, here's South Africa, 2 week shipping delay on this item, $20.50, 1 ounce. There you go. I mean, there is a way to buy it. It's a little bit cheaper. They're basing their, like I said, you got their buy price here, what they're buying them for. And if they're selling them that cheap, I mean, that's pretty good, I think. So I don't know about Money Metals. I don't know, so if you shop around, maybe you can find that better deal, and that's fine. As far as I'm concerned, I'm basing my prices, and so are most dealers, off of what people are paying and what they've been paying for it. Haven't really changed much. My buy prices have not come down. I've actually went up on them. So if you want to sell something to me, great. If you want to buy something from me, great. I appreciate the business. If you don't, that's fine. But point of it is that, I'm still trying to be as cheap as I can. I'm trying to be cheaper than the rest if I can be, at the expense of profit margins. Profit margins were not that great to begin with. We've got to decide on what the value of coins are. Perceptions and opinions and things like that are just part of values. That's the way it works. If 10 people have paid this much for it in most recent history, more than likely that's probably what the value of the coin is, or whatever you're buying or selling. So I wanted to offer this perception. I wanted to open up my mind a little bit to everyone. Obviously, this is my opinion based on some factual things. There's a lot of people that feel the same way that I do. So anyways, thanks for watching my latest video, and have a great day.